Yo, this is Tone Kapone, and you're getting lifted to the sounds of my DJ, DJ Spaceship. Go ahead and beam him up, boy. Let's get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
Greetings and salutations from us to all the nations. We're about to get loose, strictly for entertainment. We're reppin' Tampa Bay, 10 toes down. It's waves of the bay. No, we ain't playing round. Saturdays from 10 to 12. Make sure you ride the wave. It's Tone Kapone and DJ Spaceship on your airwaves. We're mixing interviews, R&B and hip hop. We're blasting off, and the top is just a pit stop.
This is WMNF 88.5. Y'all rocking with Waves of the Bay. I'm Tone Kapone. Y'all hit my webpage up, man. www.tone-capone.com. I spell Capone with a K. You spell it with a C, you will not see me. So just make sure you spell my name correctly. DJ Spaceship's over here. Just got done turning up. Over there in the Kenny K studio, man.
Yep.
You did your thing, bro. You did your thing. A little after Christmas.
I try to do a little something, you know what I'm saying, son?
You know. We got an interview we're about to get into here in just a moment, but first off, it's even easier to donate your vehicle to WMNF. Just go to WMNFcar.org to see how you can support the station by giving us an unwanted car, boat, or motorcycle. And another thing is, in addition to that, just go to the webpage, WMNF.org. And if y'all see the Waves of the Bay page, man, hit that tip jar, yo. For real. Show some love in the Christmas season for bringing all this entertainment to y'all the whole year, man. We've been holding it down Saturday nights. Shout out to DJ Sinflow. Shout out to the Saturday Night Shutdown behind us. And I think that's about it, man. Ship, go ahead and take over, bro.
What it is, what it do. Waves of the Bay, Tone Kapone, DJ Spaceship. Man, we got us an interesting night tonight. What you say, man?
I'm excited about it, man. We get to talk about some topics that haven't really been discussed that much, especially not on the radio.
Yeah, man. It's we talk about a lot of stuff. We get into music. We had politics on here before.
We do what we want.
Yeah, we do what we want. We just gotta just keep it clean, keep it funky, keep it classy. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
that
up.
kind of stuff. But right now we have someone online. He goes by the name of Jasen. But tonight we're gonna be talking about more than just the name Jasen. Jasen, you here with us?
I'm here. What's up, fellas?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only, the CEO, the head man in charge of Empowered Minds, my man Jasen. Y'all make some noise for Jasen, y'all out there listening. Blow your horns. There you go. Jasen, how you living, baby?
I'm living good, man. Blessed. I'm blessed. How about yourself?
Man, I can't complain, man.
Jay, what's good with you, man?
I'm good, Tone. You feeling good?
Yeah, I can't complain either, man. We here.
I heard that.
So how the holidays treat you yesterday, man?
Man, I actually was great, man. I just kind of chilled out. It was all peace and all love. 2020 was a crazy year, man. So I just wanted to make sure I was in the right headspace, and it was good.
True that. I take that. Now, the reason we have you on here tonight, because we want to talk about something a little more than just the holidays. We want to talk about the way that you're giving back to the same communities that you come from and that you grew up in. You and I, just kind of set up a little bit. You and I have a history. We met a long time ago at a place of employment. And the thing that stood out to me about you was the ability, how you can communicate with anybody no matter where they come from, no matter what level it is this person was at. You was always able to pull them out the dark and bring them into a positive area. And as time went on, you decided to create your own organization that touches up on that. More so, it helps people, especially the group of people that needs it the most, the youths, the people up under us, the people that's going to take over and run for tomorrow. So can you tell us the name of your company and a little bit about this?
Absolutely. The name of the company is Empowered Mind. It's spelled I-M-P-O. And the reason I went with I-M instead of E-M was simply because I wanted each individual to feel empowered. And so that's why I went that route, and little wordplay there. But on the other side, man, like you said, I just have a knack for teaching and for training, and I feel like it's a gift, and it's time that people get a chance to use it. And I think our youth is in a place right now. It's critical. It's critical, and instead of me giving just my all to my kids and just to my family, I feel like my gift is big enough to conquer the world, to be honest with you.
Gotcha. Now I want you to break it down all the way for me with this company, because from what we were talking about, there's so many different moving parts. There's so many different facets and different areas of this company. What are some things? How does this help the youth and the kids out there?
So I started off with fishing. That's one of the things I love doing. One of the things that's real big in my family. So fishing does so much for you. You get a chance to communicate. You get a chance to mentor. That's what my father mentored me, and it kept me out of trouble. So I took the fishing idea and I built on it, and I decided to start the company off by taking kids fishing. And I'm starting with young boys, but I found out while we on that water, kids really open up. And my focus there from the mentorship and from the fishing is to create an environment to where they talk and we talk about what they want to be, such as entrepreneurship, such as, you don't have to get out of high school and be to work at McDonald's. You can actually be a plumber and you can make $43 an hour. So these are things I think that need to get in their minds early. So I use that fishing platform to really execute and conquer on that. I have a team of mentors that's ready to actually dive in and help these kids and later hire these kids. I want to actually take the kids to a place like the shrimp docks, and they can see 60,000 pounds of shrimp coming in. But I feel like it's all about the experience. Mm-hmm. If you don't see these things, your brain can't expand. So I take those kids fishing and I take them around the city to see certain movements and things that they haven't saw before. And I feel like that exposure can really take them to a different place. So that's one part of it. The next part of it is actually education. I honestly want to take our education to another level. I feel like the kids learn in school, but they never really apply it afterwards. They're not taught how to apply the information.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's where our kids become conditioned. So who I'm working with right now, I'm actually working with V. Furnell. She's phenomenal at preparing the kids for a success tutoring services. Okay. And this is my tutoring service that actually goes out to pick the kids up when they're falling a little low in school or the grades are falling short. So we have that side, and then the last part is mental health. I think mental health is a big part.
Very important.
Yes, mental health is a big part of where we're lacking. So I'm working with First Choice Counseling and Wellness Center. That's Kelvin and Keisha Choice. Keisha is the lead counselor there, and our kids will get a chance to see someone like them who's experienced some of the things that they've experienced. But those are the three directions where I really want to focus in on and help our kids consistent.
And the thing I like about that, my bad, Tone. The thing I like about that, which you said, the mental health, growing up in the black and brown community, is something that we kind of laughed at and we frowned on and pushed to the side. And it's very important, to be counseled, to have someone that you can go and talk to. It's just that thing, even as a black man myself, it was frowned upon to be vulnerable and express emotion and be able to cry and have somebody you can go and talk to.
That's how we was raised.
That's the way we were raised. Even the music has it that way. And now, having programs like this, that makes it, bring you into that safe zone where it's okay to express emotion and stuff like that. Tone?
Yeah, and you hit on something I actually want to follow up on too, because I've actually lived this. I'm from Strip. You've been to my hometown, man. My hometown used to be 30,000 people when I grew up there, and now it's probably 20,000, maybe 18,000 people there. So I'm from the west side of my city. I had no idea that there was more out there besides the small town of Kansas until my mom moved me to Kansas City, and then once I saw Kansas City and saw there was stuff out there, there's stuff I can do, more opportunities out there, it kind of opened my eyes up as far as what I can do. So being so removed from being a JIT, what is some of the concerns that they're worried about right now?
Well, one of the big concerns right now is just the kids that are being killed on a rapid basis, and this is a daily thing. I believe we had 14 kids killed in a matter of 3 days, about a month or two ago. So I just feel like getting in front of everything, especially with the mental health, how that ties into mental health directly. I just feel like the growing, the ages where kids' minds are growing and the things that they're learning at young ages is what's inspiring them to be whoever they're going to be.
Right.
So if we can get into the mental health field early and get us accustomed to wanting to go do it, I think this would actually prevent a lot of mistakes, a lot of bad decisions, because we would be accustomed to actually going to seek that help.
Gotcha. And I agree with you, because I remember coming up as a kid, you had, Boys and Girls Club, Boy Scouts, Big Brother, Little Sister. So right now you have the microphone, you have everyone's attention. What message would you say to the youths to get their attention to the interest in your program?
The main message to the youth is I want to know about them. It's not about what I learned 20 years ago. My mom taught me that stuff, and I can't seriously think that I can react to the way that I was taught 20 years ago and feel that it's appropriate to apply to what my 17-year-old son is asking me today. So my message to the youth, and this is the way that I deal with people in general, is I want to know about you. Forget Jason. I want to know about you. And this is what I focus on. I call this gift watching. I focus on the things that they're good at. And when they start talking, when you ask a child about themselves, they light up.
That's true.
And they'll start telling you the things that you can't see. So what we see a lot of times is we see our children and we see the physical part of them. We see them get out of bed. We see them, brush their teeth and do that. But we never really know what's in their head unless they let it out. And I found that just generally asking them and showing a general concern about them is when they release that information. And you wouldn't believe how parenting and magic happens in the household when that happens.
That's got to be a powerful tool, man. I mean, especially with a lot of, single parent homes, a lot of these mothers out here doing the best they can, raising these boys to be men. And, there's a shortage of men out there actually being there and doing what it's supposed to be. The relationship can, if the relationship with you and the mother doesn't work, okay, I understand that. But keep it classy and, do what you got to do as far as for the kids and, especially these young boys, to be able to teach them it's okay to sit down and talk to each other instead of, ready to go to war with each other. And it's okay to come together and create companies and, be successful together. Tone?
Right.
All the way, man. We're talking with Jasen from Empowered Minds, LLC. I want to know, man, did you have somebody, guide you when you came to this whole process? Or, how did you dive into this and get everything set up so smoothly?
Really no guidance. I would definitely give a big shout out to my mom, rest in peace, Marlena Glanton. She was a huge instrument into the way that I think and, just the way that I approach people. And obviously my father, or Lester Glanton, he was right there in the house. Stand up, rest in peace, Pop. But he taught me fishing and Mom taught me love, and I just put the two together, and this is what it's turned into.
I'll be seeing all these pictures of all the fish you catch, so it all makes sense to me now, man. This dude, this dude be doing the most with it, man. Straight up, every time I see mad pictures of fish that you catch. So,
well, the thing about it, I remember when he first started, he took something that was a hobby, something him and his pop shared mutually, and I seen him go out, he'll get, come back with 2-3 fish, and then eventually he went off and he got his own boat, and then I seen him starting to take kids and go and do his thing, and I'm like, yo, he's reaching out to kids to on their level by taking them off fishing. And like he said, it's not about me. It's about, I want to know about you.
Also, all the way analogy with it, man. It started with a few fish. Now he got a whole gang of fish.
Right. So what I want to know, tell me of a time when you had a kid that you tried to reach out to that was very difficult, and how did you overcome that obstacle?
When you have a difficult child, you still want to find out their why. It's bizarre how it happens, but when you show a child that you truly care about them and it's not about you, they turn. So, I've had quite a bit, but I've had one particular child. He had a habit of borrowing money from people with no intention on paying them back. And in most situations, you want to man up with him. You want to, tell him to put on some boxing gloves. Let's go in the garage. But with this particular child, I just went to him and I gave him a big hug. And I told him that $50 I want him to have. I told him that he's more important to me than that $50, and I will never, ever, ever handle him like the rest of the world will. I said, but you can't assume that everybody else will handle you this way. I said, but if you trust me, just give me 1% of your trust. I'll earn the other 99.
Man.
I'll earn the other 99, and I want to know about you, and I want to see if I can help you turn that 50 into 500.
See, I like hearing stories like this, man, because I didn't have nothing like this in Kansas. I'll tell you that straight up, man. Like, I didn't have anything like this in Kansas, especially growing up, and especially in the time that we're in right now. Like, the climate's hot right now, like with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Like,
oh yeah,
police and all that, man. I don't even want to go there too much, but like as a parent and also as a tutor, like how are you teaching these kids to like navigate the whole like police relationship?
The main thing is my program is designed to enhance self-integrity, self-respect, self-love, and mainly respect for adults. And if you teach a child at a young age what true respect is, and if you don't mind, I'm going to take 30 seconds and explain this one because I want to write a book.
I got to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want to write a book on this one. A 2-year-old child. This is the way you prevent a 16-year-old child from not listening to anything that you say. You got to start when they're 2 years old or 1 year old and they begin walking and they begin understanding. You ask a 2-year-old, you're sitting on the couch and you ask a 2-year-old child to go throw something in the garbage can. A piece of paper that he or she dropped on the floor. And that child ignores you. So you raise your voice, but you still sitting on the couch. Hey, go throw it in the garbage can. Because at this age, they understand what you're saying. But that child decides to go do something else this time. He go plays with his toys. By the third time, you get up and you're upset. Because that child didn't go throw it in the garbage can. But you should be upset with yourself because you sat and said it 3 times in a row. But if you took the extra step and you cared about what you're saying about this child, you would get up, put your cell phone down, put the remote down, put your drink down, and you will walk your child to the garbage can. What this child is getting and understanding at a young age is, I have to do what my dad or mom said. You didn't have to beat them. What their understanding is, they're going to get up and come check on me if I don't do it. Once that understanding is established, you understand, you establish the respect for adulthood and you establish the respect for authority. Then that parent, now that respect is established within the household, that parent can then teach them how to do it with teachers and teach them how to do it with professors. Because if they don't do it at home, they're going to have to end up being somebody's employer one day. And they're going to treat their employer the same way they treated their parents.
That's true.
Because it feels right.
That's true. Now, when you starting up organizations, of course, you have a goal, you have a plan, and then you set up the different levels, different departments and stuff, and successes, and you got your failures. What has the reception of this organization been like? Like, what kind of reception have you been getting from the youths?
Oh man, it's been phenomenal. This part really gets me teary eyed. I got to give a shout out to my classmate Rondalyn McCray. When we launched, she was the very first part of the launch, and she was the very first client. She brought her four boys out, and one of the kids, he wanted to play baseball, so I called one of my baseball friends who played pro baseball, put him on the phone. When he smiled and he heard that it was a pro baseball player on the other end, you can see all 32 teeth in his mouth.
It's like he knew at that point, I matter. Like,
I matter.
Right.
And I hadn't met him 5 minutes yet.
Oh man.
Now the other one said he wants to be a preacher and a public speaker.
That's not something you hear on a regular.
Nah, especially not out of a kid.
Nah, not a preacher.
Especially not out of a kid, Joe.
Yo, and I got videos to come. Yo, he is sharp.
Oh, okay.
He is sharp. He's sharp. And he's 15 years old, and he said, I'm thinking about being a politician, but the only reason I don't want to be a politician is because I don't want to be looked at as a liar.
Oh man, we got to change that narrative one day.
We got to change that.
Yeah. Now, what kind of response have you gotten from, like, is there any kind of sponsors or big organizations that you're working with or anything to help you along the way?
Oh man, tons of them are right now. Big shout out to Verizon Wireless. Just a huge support of the things that are happening today and the change that's happening in the world. Verizon Wireless is huge. Urban Fellowship, Travis Williams has been a huge support. Like I said, First Choice Counseling, Counseling and Wellness Center, Teach Your Choice. I have Poseidon Fishing Charters. They have been phenomenal in helping me get the kids out. Been working a little bit with the Burger Spot. Want to give them a shout out. Carl Fitz, Reggie Clark, Moses at Tampa Auto Stylist, and of course, Ways of the Bay, baby.
Hey, I guarantee you he has a whole list of names right there sitting there. He ain't missed none of the names, man.
He knocked them down.
He wasn't trying to hear that from nobody, though. Yeah, we're talking with Jasen from Empowered Minds, LLC. Jasen, I know let me set this up a little bit differently, Doug. I know that you are a businessman. I know that you got Bet You Can't Escape set up. So with that whole experience, like, how did that influence what you're doing right now?
Oh man, the escape room was phenomenal. The experience was it was different because I had never done an escape room before. But what it taught me was because I was in charge of kind of like the marketing and the greeting part of it.
Mm-hmm, right.
So, but what it taught me was people never. I got this from a wise man. He said, "Never make people glad twice. Glad they came and glad they left."
I never heard that one.
I haven't heard that either.
I'm at to borrow that one if you don't mind, my good sir.
Oh man, that's yours. That's yours. Free game, baby. Put that in your back pocket.
Never make people glad twice. Glad they came, glad they left. Okay.
Right.
Makes sense.
So that experience made me dive in a little bit more, and that's where I started saying, "Hey, let me know more about you. Let me know more about you." And when I found out that the more I find out about these people, the more connections we have. And that's when the relationship really opens up and we find out the true reason we met.
Right. Right. And that goes to say, because, like, a good brother told me once again a while back, people might not remember your name, but they will always remember how you made them feel.
Mm-hmm. How you made them feel.
They will never forget that.
And one thing I do want to address, too, since, we're going to be dealing with kids, the two things I actually want to address. Human trafficking is real big. So a part of the organization is where we're making sure that we're protecting the kids from that, and really, really, teaching the parents and teaching the kids on how to be safe. And, we're being responsible. Empowered Minds is also being super responsible. And our young girls, Empowered Minds is not leaving out our young girls. I'm really looking for women to step up and really to take charge and want to help fix what's going on in our community as a whole, because we cannot leave these young girls and our women out. They're a huge part of who we are, and we love our ladies. Come on, we got to do something.
It's up to us, man, because clearly it's up to us. We got to set the example. That's why I take so much pride in having a 5-year-old daughter, man. If I'd had a son, I'd be buck with it. But having a daughter calm me down all the way. And I have to be a little bit extra, finesse with her because she's so emotional. But you hit on it right there, man, especially with the Super Bowl coming. Like, trafficking is about to get major out here, yo. Like, and just trying to educate anybody on ways to prevent that is major as well. Like, when it comes to the education process, like, how are you guys going to be different than than most people get in regular schools and stuff like that?
Oh man, that's a phenomenal question. So I'm trying not to give out too much right now, but what we're going to do in short is, number one, we're going to follow kids all the way through high school.
Okay.
All right. So what that means is when kids go to school, let's say when your daughter goes to the second grade, I think you should sit down with her and ask her to fill out the report card that she wants. Okay. And where my program comes in is we want to accomplish that for her, because we want to show her that whatever you say you can do, it can be done.
Yeah.
And if it starts early, then we're real good. But what we're going to do, Tone, is we're going to follow those kids all the way through high school. We're going to set them up for entrepreneurship classes. We're going to set them. We're going to, have them read. We're going to have the mentors come in and talk to them. So we're also going to be having them. We're going to have them get the real experience by taking them to the barbershops and taking them to the car washing and taking them to the shrimp dock, right? And then the recreation part, which I'll control, we're going to be hitting some of the Magic games, and make sense since we have the Raptors in town, so we can hit some Raptors games. But that's the recreation, because driving a boat, this is where the recreation, I changed it to, where we're recreating the way that they think. Like driving a boat, man, is way different than driving a car. And what happens to a young child's mind is their mind starts to get creative. And it opens up when they do something different. So we want our children working on all cylinders at 8, 9 years old. When I had those kids driving the boat last week, man, they went berserk, man.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was just a totally different experience, Tom.
Yeah, there's things that they don't experience on a regular, like me, myself, for example, when they say take us to like petting zoos and farms and stuff, if you're not from the country, you never been around that, agriculture type stuff, it's a wild moment, seeing it on TV.
Watching the city folk. Yeah, that's some whole other stuff right there.
Yeah, like seeing it on TV and actually experiencing are two different things, So I want you to take yourself, Jasen, I want you to take it back to when you was one of these kids. What part of this program would you say would have been one of your favorite parts what would you have been looking forward to the most?
Oh, man, I would have been looking forward to somebody supporting me. I would have been looking forward to somebody being at my basketball game. My mom came to one game and she got sick. My dad, my aunt, and my cousin came to one football game. And my uncle came to one basketball game. But I feel like my family should have been there, because we're a talented family, football, basketball. But I feel like I would have played a lot harder if I knew my family was coming. I was playing for my friends, bro.
That was that support you needed, man.
That was the support I needed. I started playing basketball at 13, bro. And by the time I got 18, I was real good. I was dunking on people and everything, but I just only could imagine how much harder I would have tried
if you'd have had them in them stands screaming for you.
Oh, man. So that's I think, and then somebody taking the extra step and saying, hey, let me put you in position to do what you want.
That's what you're supposed to do.
If they want to be a public speaker, let me get somebody on the phone for you right now. You want to play baseball? Let me get somebody on the phone for you right now. That's changing his experience.
Putting a hat on the hat and, putting them with the people that's currently doing that particular position and, showing them and giving them the ins and outs, actively in there, giving them ins and outs on how to do this, things to expect and what to prepare yourself for. And
taking the initiative and showing them that they're important, putting them first.
And that it can be done. You can do what I'm doing, Tone.
I like it, man. I like it all the way, man. So I always ask you this all the time, Ship, because I know you're from Tampa. So being from Tampa with all the gentrification going on, man, how does that make you feel?
I don't like it. I don't like it. Our elders don't like it, and a lot of it's happening right now in East Tampa. I think we have to unify. We have to keep the land and the houses that we own right now. And I would say don't sell because it's historic to us. This is our livelihood. This area, East Tampa, gives us energy because we have history there. This is what we know, and I don't feel that it's right for all of those people to not really know why they're being pushed out and moved to Riverview and moved to those areas. And I can go a lot deeper on this. But the home ownership in East Tampa is less than 5%.
Yeah. And the thing about it too is like, when we did the interview with Big Gip from Goody Mob, he spoke on that.
Yeah, he did.
He spoke on that, anytime new businesses come to the city, no matter what side of town it is, because, Atlanta's a has a huge black population, black and brown population. And anytime new businesses or anything come to any part of the city, we have to be able to sit at that table and give our piece. And, we have to be able to get our cut in the pie too. It's not just you come to my side of town, set up your stores, make your money, and take it back to your side of town. And you got to give us a fair shake. And with gentrification, it can be good and it can be bad.
Yeah, and here's another big problem with it is that any businesses, most of the businesses in East Tampa do not hire the people from that neighborhood. So what the kids are seeing when they walk outside, they don't get a chance to see places where they can go work because it's all about the experience. So not only are the people being not really kicked out of the houses, but the houses are being sold at less value than what they're going to be 2 years from now.
Yep.
Okay. The other part of that is the kids don't get a chance to see livelihood. They don't get a chance to see community. They don't get a chance to see places where I can go work. So guess what they're left to see? Everything else. And they choose what they see. So that's how we get our kids into the streets, and we're losing a lot of our kids to selling drugs. So we have to come back, take over the neighborhood, get some businesses in there, get some young entrepreneurship in there, and make this thing get live again. And then we'll have, we got to start working to building a community. But the first thing we got to do is get together and unify.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely agree with you on that, man. I mean, it's like sitting down talking with you. It just brings everything full circle. Like the program you have, like this isn't the first time we've discussed.
This is one of them interviews that'll go like 2-3 hours right here.
Well, what I want to do, because now we heard of what you're doing. We see what you got going on in the direction that you're going. I like us to stay in touch with you and track your progress and see how things are going with you. Like we've been introduced you to the Waves of the Bay listeners, and we want to continue to stay in contact with you to track your progress and see the growth that Empowered Minds is going to do. And just to touch, check in from time to time, see what's going on with you.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Can I leave the people with something?
Please.
All right. So 2 things I want to get across, and the first one is make sure in supporting your children that you're not raising them in a way that your parents did. Something real simple that we do a lot in our culture. If our 2-year-old, Tone, if your 2-year-old go draw on the wall with a black permanent marker, what's gonna happen in most households?
You're gonna pop them.
You're gonna pop them, right?
You're gonna yell at them and you're gonna pop them.
Okay, all right. So this is where we're losing our children. Okay, and I say this boldly. All right, when that 2-year-old draws on that wall, little Jimmy's punishment should be to go clean the wall. Mm-hmm. No yelling, no cursing. Don't take all that. His punishment is to clean the wall, and that's where you get little Jimmy to talk to you, and you say, "Hey, we don't write on the wall, do we?" And you get Jimmy to say it himself. When he says it himself, it means something. You can yell at him all day, but if you can get him to say it himself, it means something different. Now, here's the kicker. This is where the support and Empowered Minds comes in. Because you could be popping an artist. You could be beating the Michelangelo out of him. You could be beating the artist out of him. He could be showing you his gift. So what you do is after you get him to clean the wall, you take little Jimmy to the local Walmart, you buy him an easel,
mm-hmm.
and you get him the stuff that he colors with. You go set him up a station, you give him a little corner, and you color it. And you tell him this is where he draws. And I guarantee you, you're going to see something different out of your children.
That's true.
Very true.
And it costs you $20.
Very true.
It's cheaper to do that than to put a new paint on that wall.
Hey, paying attention is priceless, though, and that's exactly what you're talking about. I've had to do that a couple times, man. I have to, hey, this is a little girl. I'm an old man. Like, let me chill. Let me see what she's doing.
Right.
She'll be on YouTube watching these dance videos, but she's actually watching them to learn the choreography of them. So now she'll be running the dances right back at you and stuff. So, okay. All right. I understand now. But that's a key point right there, Jay, for real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I just wanted to leave the people with that. Before you do anything, just start thinking about what's actually happening. Be a gift watcher. Look for the gifts in your children, and then take the steps to put them in position where they say they want to be. I guarantee you things will go different. And send them to Empowered Minds. We'll get them straight.
How can they find you guys? How can they follow along?
Man, they can go to Empowered Minds at gmail.com. That's spelled IMPOWERED MINDS @gmail.com. Or I'm on Facebook, Jasen Glanton, JASEN GLANTON. And I also have Empowered Minds on Facebook and Empowered Minds on Instagram as well.
Dope, man. And on some coincidental stuff, man. Rest in peace to my cousin. But way back when I got into music, like in 05, 06, we used to go by Inspired Minds Entertainment. So just Empowered Minds kind of, I was like, that's kind of close right there, man. That's what's up right there. So I love it, man. I love what you're doing. I've seen, I've known you for a while, and I've seen every time you've always been a stand-up dude, man. Like I was telling Ship, like you are a stand-up dude. You've always been 100 with me every time, every situation. And these kids need somebody like that in their lives. So I'm excited for the kids. I'm excited for the work you're doing. And I'm pretty sure you're passionate about it. So I'm just glad you're following your passions for real.
And I really appreciate it. And I'm blessed. And all glory goes to God as well for everything. I said this too late. All glory goes to God. But I appreciate you guys, Greg, Tone, man. This has been an honor. I can't wait till we get it in again.
Hey, man, we definitely will be tracking your progress, my brother.
Straight up, man.
Let's do it.
Keep everybody safe, man, and thank you for taking time out to talk with us tonight, bro.
Oh, man, thank you for having me. Can't wait till we do it again.
Okay.
All right, Jay.
Later, brother.
Peace.
Later.
Man.
It was a lot of good stuff in there, man.
Man.
I mean, because I sat down and I talked with Jasen, about the company and things. And even here tonight, like, when I first met him, it's like I told him, he has the ability to talk to people and make it make sense further than what you're thinking. Like,
I've never met anybody that does not like that dude. You know what I'm saying? Most people, have something to say about everybody.
It's always positive.
But everybody is positive with that one.
And like he said, don't make people be glad twice. Glad to meet you, glad to leave you. And it makes a lot of sense because
really does.
You can pull people in and be happy. They'll be happy with you, and then they'll be ready to leave.
Overdoing it.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
You know what it is. We've been there before.
Man, listen. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, let me do this 20-minute set.
Right.
Nah, let me cut this at about 12.
Let me cut this to about 5 and a half.
We've been there before.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of parts of that. And I think in the black and brown community, someone like him, there's a lot of people out there like him. And if you're out there listening, you feel that you can add into what he has going on, you want to support what he's doing, make sure you hit the Gmail, empoweredminds@gmail.com, or find him on Facebook, find him on Instagram, because we need to get the community back strong. The people out here to get to these kids and talk to them and show them, hey, you can't be a ball player. Maybe you can be the next scientist, or you can get into politics and make people change their thoughts of all them being liars. A lot of them a lot of them are, for the most part, but you can get people into to change things. I mean, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there was no Barack Obama. Now there is a Barack Obama. Now we have a vice president that's going to be, that's a woman. So we got some things that's changing, man. So yeah, let's keep this change train continue to go on.
Man, yeah, that was an amazing one right there.
Yeah,
exactly, unity. But how many times we got to preach that though?
Until we black and blue in their face.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, man. It's about the community and the unity all together. Like, it has to be a synergy right there. They have to cooperate. They have to, be intermittent.
Yeah, and it's got to be awesome with a program like that too. You get a kid, you bring a kid in at one point, and you watch their progress. And you, like you say, it's not like you just come. It's not a store transaction where you pay for your merchandise and you leave. It's a project.
It's an investment.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Right.
You watch them when you first get them in the midway point, and then you see them succeed, which is a success and a testament to your style. So yeah, I'm going to keep track of that. I want to see what's going on with that.
I'm excited about it, man. I guess we probably need to get to the rest of this show here, huh?
Yeah.
This is Tone Kapone
and DJ Spaceship.
And Saturday nights from 10 to midnight, we bring you Waves of the Bay, right here on WMNF 88.5 Tampa.
With the hottest interviews, the hottest music.
You can submit your music for the Tampa Bay Watch segment at wavesofthebay@gmail.com, or follow us on all social media at Waves of the Bay.
Every Saturday, 10 to 12. Make sure you come and ride the wave.
Yes, sir.